Hi guys, welcome back. Here, let me move this out of the way. I'm in the car. It's been a couple of days, but I do have a new book. All right, ready? It is Pete and Pickles. All right, and it's by our friend Berkeley. All right, ready? So it starts out with Pete was a perfectly predictable pig. He was also a perfectly practical pig and a perfectly uncomplicated pig. Being all those perfect things, Pete might have run for the hills if he had known what was coming that night. Yeah, let's take the cover off. That might make it easier. All right. What's happening to Pete? The storm arrived first. Pete cut the evening's fun off early and went to bed to get the nightmare out of the way. The same terrifying, watery nightmare all pigs dream during stormy nights. For pigs are known for doing only one thing well in water. And here he is getting ready to go to bed. And there he is sleeping, and it's raining. Drowning. And that is exactly what Pete dreamt he was doing when a sudden sound woke him. Uh-oh. What's happening to Pete? The window was open. Pete pulled the lamp switch. Nothing happened. He had an odd feeling. Pigs are very smart in this way, that something was a little wrong. What's happening? Pete was suddenly grabbed, hugged, really, by a wet nose, at the other end of which was a wet elephant. The beast whispered, "Shh." She said nothing else, but her eyes spoke clearly. "Help me." Then, a knock at the door. A clown asked Pete if he'd seen any sign of an escaped elephant named Pickles. "There, under the couch. Look carefully," Pete said. As the circus man led the sad, slumping elephant away, Pete was startled when she looked back at him and smiled. What's happening with that elephant? Look at the chain around her leg. Is she missing from the circus? The next morning, Pete was disinfecting his house when he noticed his midnight visitor had left behind a gift. Dandelions. Ridiculous, thought Pete as he scrubbed. That afternoon, Pete took his usual short stroll. He looked down at the evening mist rolling in and saw a circus tent. He looked at the dandelion. "Ridiculous," he muttered. Today, however, Pete would take a longer walk. See the circus tent down there underneath the clouds? And look at the dandelions up there. I wonder what's happening. He soon found himself amidst the circus tents, watching a long nose plucking every dandelion within reach. Pete knew that nose, and it knew him. It plucked Pete's hat and disappeared. Seconds before Pete called the police, his hat was pushed back out. Improved. See? See the nose coming out and picking the dandelions? And then he gave him his hat back with dandelions in it. Pete looked in to see Pickles sitting in a very dark corner of a very dark tent, wearing a very locked chain. Pete suddenly, unexplainably, found himself reaching for the key. Uh-oh. Poor Pickles. Pete's got the key. The key to the lock. Now, free and outside, Pickles dove to hide while a panicked Pete whispered, "Tea was on my schedule today, not elephants." Being a practical pig, however, he knew they needed a disguise. Something, anything. Pete thought fast. It worked. Too well. A policeman suggested dinner, 'cause he dressed up as a woman. Look at how cute she is. The policeman wants to take her to dinner. They reached Pete's house by nightfall. A weary Pickles retired after making herself comfortable in a pair of Pete's favorite pajamas. Understand this. You have not heard snoring until you have had an elephant nap on your couch. Pete was a perfectly unpleased pig. Tomorrow, he thought, the big girl leaves. And just like that, we're going to wait till tomorrow to read the rest of it. It's evening here, and the sun is coming down, and it's time for me to go home. So, Pete and Pickles tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be good. We'll have to wait and see. All right, guys.